What's up guys, Imade here and welcome to another YouTube video. I'm sure from the title you already know what we're talking about in this particular video, and yes, I will just be quickly do a match recap of the two games that we've seen out there at Euro 2024, talking about the quarterfinal games that we've already witnessed. Yes, two games still to come in the quarterfinals of Euro 2024, the game between England and Switzerland, and also the game involving Netherlands and Turkey. But first, let's just quickly do a recap of the two games, which is the game between Spain and Germany, and also the game between Portugal and France. And so let's quickly jump right into the video, guys, and let's talk football. So let's start off from the game between Spain and Germany. Very interesting matchup, if you ask me. Both sides really went for it, and heading into this game, you look at the German side and also the Spanish team. These are two teams who have scored the most goals in Euro 2024 leading up to that particular game. Germany, before the quarterfinal game, had already scored 10 goals, while for the La Foria Royale, they've already scored 9 goals before they played the German national team. And the game between La Foria Royale and also the Diamond Shaft, it was a very cagey affair. At some point, you could sense that both teams were very wary of each other. They knew that each side could hurt each other, and so the affair was a bit cagey. But then in the second half, the game came alive. The substitute, Dani Olmo, really went at it, getting the first goal of a fantastic assist from the youngster Lamine Yamal. But then Germany were able to get the equalizer. They left it late, the 89th minute equalizer from the Bayer Leverkusen player Florian Wirtz. And after Florian Wirtz scored that equalizer, going into extra time, you just had the feeling that the game was going to drag and then head into penalties. But then Spain had other ideas, Olmo once again in the thick of action, and for me, I think it's a substitute that really came into the game. A lot of people were skeptical about the removal of Pedri as a result of injury, but then Olmo came into that game, and I think he really showed why he deserved a spot in the Spanish side. And what a game he had! 1 goal, 1 assist for Dani Olmo. And yes, late on in that game, 119 minutes of extra time, Mikel Merino, the Real Sociedad player, scoring that header from the Dani Olmo assist. And a lot of people would say maybe Germany were left undone. Maybe Germany could have even gotten something out of that game. Maybe Germany deserve something much more from that game. Some would argue that the center ref, had the stinker, could have awarded the penalty to Germany. We saw that handball from, Kokorea, and personally, in my own opinion, I really think that was a penalty. But then the referee had other ideas. Also, video assistant referee, didn't conclude, or should I say they also came to the conclusion that that wasn't a penalty. And a lot of people have been talking about the performance of the center ref. But I wouldn't want to dwell too much on the performance of the center ref. I really think that both sides at some point, really went for it, especially after Spain had gotten the second goal. We saw Germany also try to get the equalizer. Niklas Füllkrug, the Borussia Dortmund striker, could have gotten the equalizer. Even before Spain got their own goal, that's before Spain got the winner, Füllkrug had a chance, hit the crossbar. And after Spain had gotten the second goal, we even saw Füllkrug come close with an header And so it could have gotten it that way. We could have seen Germany get an equalizer, and we could have also seen Spain, concede a penalty if the center referee had awarded the penalty. That was even before the Spaniard that got the second goal. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, Spain proved well. They've been one of the top sides in this tournament. And for me, as much as we would say Germany could have also gotten something out of that game, you cannot take away the fact that Spain deserve to win this game. And not just deserve, they deserve to also get the second on the night. But I'm sure the old German team will look back and say, how did they allow themselves to concede so late on? It could have gone to penalties. And, in penalties, it's anybody's game. Anybody could have just won that game in penalties. But that's just the game between Spain and Germany. Congratulations to Spain. Spain are now through to the semis of the Euro 2024, where they will be facing, you guessed right, France. And yes, let's talk that game between France and Portugal. For Portugal, it was a game where they, came into this game on the back of winning that game against Slovenia via penalties. The credit must go to their keeper, Diogo Costa, who was very, very much in the mix. It was the hero of the night in that game against Slovakia. And coming up against a French team that hasn't scored a goal from open play leading up into the semi-final, you just had a feeling that Portugal, could fancy their chances in this particular encounter. And maybe it was a game that was also cagey at some point. Both sides were trying to see if they could make something happen. And credit must go to France. At some point, they could have gotten the first goal in that game. We saw Kolo Muani come close. We also saw Camavinga also come very close in that game. Portugal also had their own chances. Vitinha, Rafael Leao, an half chance. Cristiano Ronaldo in extra time also had the chance to give the lead to Portugal. And at some point it was end-to-end. But then at some point Portugal controlled the game. At some point as well, possession was on the side of the French national team. But all in all, both sides didn't get a goal. And then it went into penalties. But in penalties, we all know that it could be anybody's game. We're thinking that maybe it might just be Portugal's day, considering the fact that Diogo Costa had come good in the previous penalty shootout. But this time around, you have to give credit to the French national team. They scored all their spot kicks. But for Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo scored his spot kick. You also had Bernardo Silva scoring his spot kick as well. Who again scored the spot kick? I'm trying to remember the other player that scored the spot kick. But then Nuno Mendes scored the spot kick, but that was after Joao Felix had missed from the spot. And I'm sure the moment Felix missed from the spot, I just gave the ascendancy to France, and the French national side knew that they could have won that game from there on. And I think that is where the confidence came in. By the time the French national side, scored all their spot kicks, and Nuno Mendes scored this, it was just a matter of Theo Hernandez, I beg your pardon, to convert at the last kick of the penalty shootout. And that is what exactly he did, converting to knock out Portugal from Euro 2024. And congratulations to France. They've now reached the semi-finals of the Euro 2024. This is their fourth semi-final in their last 5 major tournaments, and you have to give them all the credit. But some would say, is it deserved? Because you look at this French team, they've still not scored a goal from open play, but yet they are in the semi-finals of the Euro 2024, and that for me is very, very remarkable. It's surprising, at the same time remarkable, because when you have a team that have scored just 1 goal from the penalty spot, and the other goals have come via own goals, it just goes to show you that they've just been so lucky and maybe they would fancy their chances when they take on Spain in the semi-finals. But that's it, the recap of the first set of quarterfinal games we've seen, and now we have our semi-finalists, our first set of semi-finalists, France taking on Spain in the first semi-final. But yet we're waiting for the other quarterfinal games. We'll be seeing England take on Switzerland, and also Netherlands will be playing Turkey later today. So we'll keep an eye on that one for you guys. But that's it for this video, recap of the games we've seen in the first set of quarterfinal games. And until I catch you in the next video, bye for now, and until the next video, peace.